there, Jen Richards here, co-founder of Rumbles Paleo, and welcome to my Paleo-ish kitchen. You know, this is the kitchen where I first started making the Rumbles Paleo cookies that you can now buy Australia-wide, and I used to bake them in that 2-shelved oven there, and at one point I was baking them for all of Australia from in this kitchen. That was a couple of years ago, and thank goodness I don't bake them here anymore. What I do in this kitchen though is I create all my paleo inspired meals for me to eat for breakfast, lunch and dinner, and this is also where I test all the recipes for our blog and for our cookbooks on the Rumbles Paleo website, and also for the modules inside our online healthy cooking school, the Rumbles Lifestyle Hub. So one of the things I get asked all the time is, what is paleo and how can I maintain healthy paleo inspired eating habits? What do you eat? How do you stick to it? And I get asked it a lot. So I thought I would take this opportunity to show you around my kitchen and show you some of my favorite foods to cook with and how I keep organized and prepared so that healthy eating is easy. One of the keys to sticking to a healthy eating plan is to be prepared. Yes, that is true. So let's take a look around at the paleo foods I keep in my cupboard and in my fridge and all that fun stuff, so maybe I can inspire you or help you on your healthy eating journey. And just remember, healthy eating is a journey. It's not a destination to be reached where you're going to be perfect forever. It's about exploring and finding what works for us and our body and our lifetime. And our lives. That's what I should be saying. So let's go on an adventure around my paleo-ish kitchen.
So welcome to my Paleo-ish pantry, everybody. Let's take a look. Up the top here, I keep a heap of different protein powders. I love to work out in the morning, and so sometimes I'm in a rush to get to work, so I just whip together. I'm a green smoothie addict, which I put my protein powders in. So I get protein, I get veggies, and sometimes I put some like coconut oil in there, and maybe some MCT oil, so I get my essential fats. And coming down here, I always, of course, am stocked up with Rumbles Paleo cookies and the mueslis there. I love putting the muesli on my smoothies, and my cookies are awesome in the afternoon when I need a quick snack that's going to fill me up until dinner. And I've got some cooking ingredients here. I love experimenting with all sorts of different ingredients. As you might have seen, we do have a whole heap of cookbooks on the Rumbles Paleo website, and we have our online healthy cooking school. So I'm not 100% paleo, as I've said before. I love experimenting with things like quinoa. I do include a bit of rice in my diet. I'm very active, so I like a bit of extra carb. Hemp seeds are awesome. They're now legal to use in Australia. They taste amazing. Flaxseed. Always have tomato passata because I'm always making casseroles and making homemade tomato sauce, and I can do that with look at my homemade spice rack here. Oh, zoom out, Jenny. These are using the spice blends from inside the Rumbles Spice book or inside the spice module inside our cooking school, and I just make up all these blends. Some fell down on my homemade spice rack here, and so whenever I come to cook, I want to marinate some meat or put some spice in my casseroles. I've just got these spice blends here, and it makes healthy cooking so much quicker and easier. And of course, you can learn how to make all those inside the Rumbles Spice book or inside our online healthy cooking school, the Rumbles Lifestyle Hub. So it's just, once you learn to cook with spices, you are set. Then I've got a mishmash shelf here full of all sorts of stuff. I think everybody's got a shelf in their cupboard which is just full of random tins of stuff. I'm always stocked up on diced tomatoes and coconut cream. I put coconut cream in my smoothies. I put it in my casseroles because I love putting some essential fats in my foods because it fills me up. And diced tomatoes, I put those in everything. I've just got a mismatch of tinned veggies at the back there for emergencies. Some really nice seed biscuits there. Always coffee. I'm lucky to live near a store called Terra Madre where I get all this organic, amazing food. Nuts to munch on, tahini. I use tahini a lot in dressings. And this coconut water, I get it from the Asian grocer. It's bloody delicious, to put it simply. Down here, here's my baking shelf, and I love to bake, which is why I have a cookie company, actually. So I, coconut flour, almond meal, coconut sugar. I experiment with all sorts of these ingredients when I'm trying to thicken maybe some dairy-free ice creams. And we've got the Rumbles cake cookbook on our shop as well, and also the cake module inside our healthy cooking school, the Rumbles Lifestyle Hub. So some other alternate flours I use are arrowroot. I experiment with carob, cacao, cocoa, and just tons of coconut. The more coconut, the better, I say. And that shelf's just a mismatch of stuff down there. And look, rose petals. Every pantry needs rose petals to cook with, right? So that's just a quick look inside my Paleo-ish pantry. I wonder if you've got some similar ingredients in yours.
So what's silver and huge and can't climb trees? My fridge. That's a funny joke, isn't it? Well, not really, but that just shows you a bit of my sense of humor. I like basic lame jokes like that. Anyway, let's talk about the ingredients I keep in my fridge. Actually, let's look at the outside of my fridge. Years ago when I was working 24 hours to make Rumbles cookies for all of Australia, my business partner bought me these cool little Mr. Men magnets to help me feel a bit more cheerful because I was a bit tired and stressed when I was baking 24 hours. So I've got my little Miss Happy here with little messages like smiling permitted, or today is a sunshine day, because often we need to be reminded that life is pretty good no matter what the stories are going on inside our head. There always is something to be grateful for. And I keep a picture here of, it's kind of like my manifesting picture, because my goal is to be able to take my family and my brother and his kids and my mum to Disneyland. So I keep that on there. So every time I come to the fridge, which is a lot, I'm reminded of the goals and why I work so hard and what it is I actually want to achieve. And I've also got printed on here, and you can get your hands on this if you become a member of the Rumbles Rewards Club, is our little picture here I created. And it's in replacement of all those food pyramids out there, because food pyramids, as we've been shown, have been proven not to be so true. So this is a reminder to me of what real food eating is. It's just a picture of people out in the garden, growing vegetables, hunting food and meat and catching fish. And that's really what healthy eating is about. It's just about looking to Mother Nature and seeing what it is that she produced, because she's not stupid, right? She didn't give us all this fresh, beautiful food in abundance to make us sick or fat or any of those things. She gave it to us to thrive. So I think the more logical we can get about what it is we eat, the easier it is to know what's healthy. Basically, I like to say healthy eating is logical and simple when you think about the ways of the world. So let's take a look inside my fridge of deliciousness.
Welcome to my paleo fridge, everybody. Let's take a look. It's pretty empty. I find when I eat this real food way, you don't actually need a lot of different ingredients. So let's take a look. I've got my probiotics here. I love experimenting with these for gut health. Pono probiotic is my fave of all time. This stuff is delicious. You eat it off the spoon. It's a powder and it tastes like honey. I sometimes have it as a dessert. Well, I don't eat the whole tub, just a spoonful, and it's sweet and just phenomenal. Please go and try them out. I've always got homemade dressings and mayonnaises here. This mayonnaise took me like 4 or 5 seconds to whip up, honestly, and you can learn how to make it inside the Rumbles salad dressing cookbook or in the salad dressing module inside on the Rumbles Lifestyle Hub online healthy cooking school website. Tomato passata, I'm always making homemade tomato sauces. Chuck some herbs in there, heat it up on the stove, and you've got homemade tomato sauce. Natural, amazing, better than anything you ever buy. I have a neighbor. So lucky. Yeah, I'm lucky I have a neighbor. No, I'm lucky I have a neighbor who makes me homemade paprika. He dehydrates his own chilies and makes me this paprika. It's delicious. I've got some sauerkraut in the back there. I love this brand of pre-crushed garlic and ginger by Just Foods. I hope it's focusing there for you. I'm not sure if it is. And it makes life so much easier when you don't have time to chop and, prepare all your own garlic and ginger there. My neighbour also prepares me homemade salamis using his own animals. They're amazing. I'm so lucky. He does all sorts of cured meats for me and his family. I have a bit of cheese in here. I'm not dairy intolerant and I like a bit of cheese every now and then. So that's there. Now here's the secret to healthy eating, guys. Always, always, always having some pre-made casseroles, roast veggies, and I've got some mashed veggies there ready to go. This way you're not tempted by other unhealthier options and you've always got your nutrition pre-ready to go. There's meat in here, there's veggies, there's coconut cream, so you've got fat, protein, carbohydrates. It's brilliant. You have to keep your fridge stocked with pre-made foods to stay healthy. That's my number one tip, everybody. In the drawer here, we've got a mishmash of stuff, mustards to make my dressings. Again, you can learn how to make them in the dressing cookbook or the dressing module. Jalapenos, you've got to put spice in your food. That's my rule. The spicier, the better. This green curry paste here, I get it from Coles. It's phenomenal. It's completely natural, no nasties, no additives or preservatives. It comes in red and orange as well. Go and try it. Mineral water, I love a bit of bubbly water every now and then. I mean, who doesn't, right? Coconut milk, that's my favourite brand, coconut milk there. I'm practicing making my own fire tonic here. I've got some other little tonics here which I purchased.
more Rumbles muesli. Yes, we need lots of that. And then always stock your crisper full of veggies. Mine are pretty empty at the moment. I need to go shopping. Always have spinach to put in my green smoothies, cucumber, asparagus. I put them in my green smoothies. Broccoli. I even put broccoli in my green smoothies. And carrots. They're pretty empty. I need to go shopping. So that is my paleo-ish fridge. Ta-da! And more exciting than the fridge is the freezer. This is where you learn to be prepared and always have healthy snacks on hand. I load my freezer up with heaps of meals. I always cook in bulk. That's the secret. Always cook in bulk and freeze. So up the top here, I've always got some frozen fruits because I put them in my smoothies. And I've got here some frozen curried mince. I've always got like frozen soups and pestos, and I've got frozen cauliflower and broccoli rice. I've got frozen cauliflower puree, more casserole. I've got some meat there always stored. And look, another shelf full of meat and casseroles and everything just ready to go so that you're always ready. It's so important. Just cook in bulk, my friends. It's the secret. Down here, I've got some paleo breads I make, and oh, there's a whole slab of Rumbles tasters there as well. And I'm always also freezing like leftover bones from my roast chickens, or I also freeze, I don't have much of it in here at the moment, like leftover bits of veggies so I can put them into my stock. So that's just some stalks from the asparagus that I don't throw out. And normally I put all my herb stems and other bits of veggie scraps in there so that I can just use them in my stock. And that's, she's gone. And that's the pitter patter of my dog again. She's so beautiful. A little bit rude to you guys, but that's that. And last but not least, what I'm going to show you is really important when it comes to cooking, because these are some of the essentials you need to make sure you're getting the foundations right when it comes to healthy cooking. When you know the oils you're going to cook with, more spices you're going to cook with, and importantly, tea as well. Tea and coffee are important in a paleo diet. Well, that's what I think anyway. So up here are some of the ingredients I cook with. So my oils, I always use extra virgin olive oil. I've got some flavored olive oil there, which you see, which is really good in salad dressings. And I had coconut oil in the other cupboard, and I do cook with butter or ghee sometimes too. Then I've got some sauces and vinegars here, which are really important when it comes to making salad dressings. And coconut aminos, if you haven't tried them, they're like a spicy soy sauce, but it's made from coconut, and it's the best in Asian cooking. When you mix it up with some ginger and garlic, it's spectacular. And then down here, I've got like a mishmash of supplements, fire tonic, which I love, which is an apple cider vinegar you can drink in the morning. It's really good for your digestion. Gelatin's wonderful for cooking with, as well as for your body and health. Got a range of nut butters, and my most favorite ingredient is actually salt. And then coming down here, if I didn't have enough spices inside my pantry, look at this. Holy moly. Spices are so important. If you can cook with spices, there is nothing you can't turn from meh to moi. It's vital to learn how to cook with spices so that you can make your foods taste spectacular, and healthy cooking becomes some of the most delicious food you'll ever eat. And I make sure I label everything, because otherwise, this is really important, you spend 10 hours looking for your spices and it's freaking frustrating. And lastly, there's my kitchen table there. I'll show you my appliances I love to, is tea. I just adore teas and trying all different sorts. It's like having a lolly cupboard, but without sugar, and you've just got all these teas to play with. It comes in fruity flavors and spicy flavors, and my favorite brand is that Higher Living brand there, which you can get at Coles or Safeway. And just let's see some of my favorite appliances. I cannot live without these. My NutriBullet, I make smoothies every day. My, what do you call this thing again? It's just Thermomix. That's it. I cannot live without these two appliances because they just make my life so easy. And actually down in this cupboard here where I have more appliances, stick blender is vital in making mayos. And also I have, like, my spiralizer is that green thing there. My Instapot, which is that thing there, is amazing. It's like a electric pressure cooker, and you can cook casseroles in 20 minutes. I also have a slow cooker and also my Vitamizer there. So the appliances make healthy cooking so much easier. Now, any tour of my Paleo-ish inspired kitchen is not complete without a tour of my recipe cookbook library. I have been obsessed with cooking ever since I was a teenager. It has been my occupation and love of life since, gosh, I was about 14. And this is a testament to my passion for cooking. It wasn't always paleo inspired, but over the last 4 years it has become that. So these are all the cookbooks I've collected over the years. I've got all my mum's old Woman's Weekly cookbooks up there. I used to be obsessed with baking. It's got all my old cake cookbooks that I love. And then the bottom shelf is pretty much nearly all real food, healthy, inspired recipe cookbooks. And this is why I've created the Rumbles Lifestyle Hub and all our healthy cooking modules. It's kind of an accumulation of all the things I've been teaching myself to make for the last 20 years or so. So it's really important when we come to changing our eating habits that, and this is just one thing I want to add kind of off the topic, but it's something really important, is that maintaining healthy eating habits is not just about changing our behaviors. It's about changing our thought systems. It's about changing our beliefs about food. It's about changing the emotion we put into food. Food really means nothing except the meaning you give to it. So all our behaviors, all our actions stem from a thought. And you cannot change permanently when it comes to healthy eating or anything in life unless you first work on changing your mind and actually learning the skills and systems and strategies to make healthy cooking, which is a behavior, something that is systemized and easy as well. So they're just two little other tidbits of information there. So that is my Paleo-ish inspired kitchen. If you have any questions, please just reply to this email and ask me, or even better, you can go check out all the healthy online cookbooks we have inside the Rumbles Paleo online store so that you can learn how to create casseroles and paleo breads and all your spice blends and be prepared for making healthy eating easy, fun, delicious, and super exciting inside your own kitchen. Or even better, go check out the rumbleslifestylehub.com.au, where we take the books one step further and we give you video demonstrations and we provide you with a private Facebook group and community where myself and our Rumbles Paleo nutritionist help you to implement healthy eating habits into your kitchen and into your life. So that's it. I'm Jen Richards. Welcome to my world of paleo-inspired kitchen, and I hope it has inspired you to implement some of what you might have learned or seen and make healthy eating maintainable, because that's the thing. When it comes to healthy eating, we want to make it easy and maintainable because it's about a journey. It's about doing this for the rest of our lives. It's about getting healthy for the rest of our lives, and that is a glorious, glorious thing. Mwah. Bye, guys.
Wombat, come and say hello. Come and say hello, darling. Nah, she's ignoring you guys again.